maximum a week, if not like 4 days, to work out this character. So it's going to be interesting to see, and it looks like after all this time we are going into it. Game 1,
finally happening.
Yeah, so here we go then. So it is Owlbbs with the Sephiroth facing up against Tropped with the Steve. This is game 1 of the top 8 qualifier winners side.
Yes.
See what stage they are going to as well. It's going to be Pokemon Stadium, a very neutral stage for both players here.
Yeah, so it's going to be quite the long stage. I think it's definitely going to benefit Tropped a little bit more than Owl, given the fact that Tropped's going to have all this room to run around. We're going to see that game plan that he had in his previous set of sort of running away, getting his resources, and then going from there. And you can see it already that Tropped has just had a really, really solid 71% on Owl so far.
Yeah. Oh, okay. For a moment there, I worried that Owlbbs was not going to make it back, but no, fortunately able to come back. And here comes the one-winged mode. So all of Sephiroth's moves, smash attacks now have super armor as well.
I adore the fact that Owl was ready for the fact that Steve was going to bounce off that block and just caught him with the up smash. And that's something Tropped right there. That is something that Tropped's got to be so careful of. You can't just hide behind these blocks and expect to get away with it. This huge disjoint that Sephiroth has in his arsenal means that you've got to be so careful where you think you're able to hide.
Absolutely, yeah, no, you're fully correct on that one. But, Tropped's able to even up the stock quite quickly. I think he had to go for his diamond gear. Still got it right now, but, obviously, having to use that up quite early. When maybe he would like to have saved it for, the last few stocks.
Yes. Absolutely, and Tropped's doing a really good job of knowing when to sort of follow the minecart and get that conversion, and when to sort of leave and try and get some more resources. I really like the fact that Tropped is so experienced with this character that those little tiny sort of situations, ready for it. But Tropped, gotta be careful.
There you go, Tropped just setting up those blocks just to keep Owlbbs away just for a little moment, just so he can get his tools ready.
Yeah, and you can see that Owl, I think, is trying to intercept the minecart quite a lot, but I don't think he's quite been able to get the spacing on it. And that diamond back air is going to really take that stock. And Tropped with the first lead of the set so far.
Yeah, very strong backer, gonna take it, and yeah, like you said, put Tropped straight into the lead here. He's gonna want to capitalize on this as much as he can.
Yeah, Steve has got the ability to get to rack up that percent really early on, and then just the sheer kill power on some of his moves means that it's so deadly, and Owl's gonna want to take this stock fairly quickly before it gets too out of hand.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Owlbbs just needs to make sure that, he forces Tropped not to be able to mine too many resources as well. That's going to be such a important part, this kind of end game of this match.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see even that Owl tried to parry the minecart, but it just didn't quite work out. And that forward smash, the lag on Steve's up smash.
And I have to say, I think it's so important there that actually, that Owlbbs was able to take that stock without entering into the one-winged mode, because as much as I remember, I think as soon as the opposing player loses the stock, that wing goes away, and I think Owlbbs is going to be wanting to obviously keep hold of it, keep it in the pocket until sort of later on in the stock.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to lose that valuable resource at a point where, you really didn't need it in the first place, that's going to prove so detrimental for the rest of the match. But luckily, he has still got that option right here.
And there it is. There it is. It's coming out right now, but is it going to be enough? Setting up TNT trap. Able to avoid it quite nicely.
Yeah, you can see Owl being ready for it, but that minecart is so strong. And Tropped's going to take that game.
Yeah, that minecart just slamming into Sephiroth, and that is going to be game 1 to Tropped.
Steve's victory theme sounds so weird.
It
Every time.
really does, actually. I don't think
Joyce, are you good?
Oh, I think Joyce is
gone.
I hope so.
Hang on.
I think so.
Hang on. There we go.
He's
There we
back.
go. Joycey, are you alive?
Can you all hear me? Hello, I'm here. Still, maybe.
Yes. There
I
we
hope
go.
so.
Lovely.
Try again.
Your beautiful
Hooray!
voice.
Hello. Well, nice. It was nice. See you later. See you later. No. Excellent game one. I think again we're seeing that Tropped very much had that game plan in place. Sort of build those blocks, find the resources, minecart out the way, and you could see at certain points that Owl had like a grasp on what it was like. Owl knew what he was gonna do, but didn't really know how to get around it. And I don't know whether that's something that necessarily is like. Is it because Owl genuinely doesn't know, or is it because he doesn't know with Sephiroth? So it'll be interesting to see if that character change happens, and whether those adaptations are sort of more prominent in this next game.
Yeah, no, and you do bring up an excellent point because, of course, in this top 8 qualifier, it is still best of 3. So, Owlbbs has got to decide, does he stick with Sephiroth, who maybe he doesn't know quite as well as his other characters, not quite as strong, I think it's fair to say, or does he stick out with the Sephiroth and see what changes he can make? But here we go, we're going into this game 2, and it looks like... Okay, and it looks like Owlbbs has indeed switched off to the Bayonetta, which I think makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the time with Smash, like, there are certain situations which you almost unconsciously know what to do, because you've been in it so many times, you know what works, you know what doesn't. And when you're playing a character that you haven't really had too much experience with, you don't have that on your side. Whereas Owl's, proclaimed Wi-Fi main of Bayonetta, he's played so much with this character in these kinds of scenarios, and he knows what this character can and can't punish, and therefore, just in the general situations that he's going to find himself in, he's going to be so much better.
Absolutely, yeah, and we're already seeing that comfort come out, a quick 94% onto Tropped right now. Great block placement there to actually just block the afterburner kick.
Yeah, and Tropped doing a really good job of sort of mixing up whether he stays in the cart and gets back into the middle center stage, or whether he jumps out early and then throws out another hitbox to throw Owl off guard. It's a really, really nice mix-up that I would like to see Owl sort of adapt to.
Oh, here we go. Oh, and it was looking a little bit scary for Tropped there, going closer to the blast zone. He does need to watch out for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can see already going back to neutral. Tropped very much content to sort of, Owl's definitely trying to keep that space between them. Lovely catch with the witch time.
Yeah, and that one witch time is all it needs to take that stock away. Gonna meet the big fist, and that stock's gonna be gone. And here we go, big damage already. 48.
Oh, you gotta be so careful.
Yeah, gonna meet the anvil, and that's gonna be your stock gone. It's so strong.
Yeah, that's such a difficult situation there, because the slight stall on the anvil makes it so difficult to deal with sometimes, particularly if you're going after quite a precise timing. You slight this time, you're going to get hit by that, and that was 90% center stage.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And particularly in this matchup where Bayonetta's going to be carrying you quite high up to try and get these combos, if you misspace that, or you manage to get an anvil, you're dying off the top at ludicrously low percents.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Okay, catching Steve out of the minecart there with the up air. And the back air, gonna actually take it while the platform was going away. Excellent stuff there from Owlbbs.
Yeah, Tropped didn't really have any other options except for to jump off the platform, because you can't really run off in that scenario, and obviously if you stay still, you're dead. So Owl, knowing that, using the momentum of the platform to catch the jump off of the platform, get the back air. Real excellent stuff. Such good awareness.
There we go, and the side B is going to lead to big damage, but is it going to lead to a stock? Not quite yet, and unfortunately, actually, Owl extended a bit too far off to the left, but anyway, because he's going to throw it a point, and it's going to be the game. Game 2 going to Owlbbs.
I swear that's only a Bayo thing. I swear that is only a Bayo thing.
I couldn't even finish my sentence, Joycey. Yeah.
I respect it, but it's like no other character does it as often as Bayo does, and I absolutely love it.
Absolutely, yeah. But good stuff to Owlbbs, making good changes in that game 2. You know, and we just see exactly what happens in this game 3 because even that second game was very, very close. So
yeah, that was definitely Owl seemed to have more of a. I think Owl definitely had a better game plan. I feel like with a character like Sephiroth, who really enjoys being able to sort of space out the opponents with the long disjoints, it doesn't really help against Steve because you want to rush down Steve. That's like the thing that you want to go for because, particularly with the game plan that we've seen Tropped going for, it's like you can't rush down a Sephiroth with that kind of frame data. But against somebody like Bayonetta, you've got that ability to sort of rush them down, make sure that you can't quite, like, you can't get the resources that you need. And if he hasn't got the diamond or the gold on his weapons, it's a little bit less scary.
yeah,
Exactly
absolutely.
what we want.
So here we go then. I think I could hear it into the background. So going into this final game between these two, this is for top 8. This is for all the marbles right now. It is Owl with the Bayonetta once again facing off against Tropped with the Steve. I believe the stage is going to be Pokemon Stadium 2, actually.
Yeah, so we are going to see, again, a slightly longer stage. I feel like this works quite well for Tropped. He's going to enjoy that sort of, like, that horizontal distance that he's got with the stage, but he hasn't quite got, like, the high platforms which allow Bayonetta to extend those combos, so it's a real nice compromise. You can see it already, 77% unanswered right now.
Yeah, massive damage coming out from Tropped right now. 87% already and nothing to show for it. Is that going to be a stop? Not quite yet. The up smash is so close.
Oh my goodness, and you just put him in the minecart
That was sick.
and sent him on his way.
He did not. He sent him flying into that TNT. That is going to be it. And nothing on Tropped. Owlbbs is suddenly fighting against, at 0% right now. He's got to make a big comeback.
Yeah, and this is the thing, just the sheer percentage that, the sheer damage that Steve can put on, even with the nickels and dimes, it's so difficult. It's going to be, but Owl is doing an excellent job right now, not taking too much percent, and suddenly 111% on Tropped, and you can't punish that, sir. You can't punish that.
You don't hear it
witch
often,
time.
but that was a good wish time. That was a really
That was
good wish time.
excellent witch time, yeah, and exactly what Owl needed to get back into this game. Barely any damage on himself right there. And that up smash obviously going to take that stock away.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you can see already Owl is sort of doing quite a good job of like trying to feign the sort of distance that he's closing, but then also like keeping in that range where he can punish any attempt of Steve getting out of the corner. And it's, working to some extent, but I feel like Tropped is doing a good job at just sort of holding their ground.
Yeah, this is where the damage comes out. They're getting caught by those side Bs. Tropped does go up for the anvil, but Owl was aware this time, and that's going to be...
Oh my god! You gotta be so careful. And Owl did such a good job at avoiding, the anvil and that attempt at the ABK, and just managed to get the stock. And bearing in mind, this was a 0 to death on Tropped's end at the start. This is the same stock. This is the same stock that Owl got the first hit with, and it's already nearly doing a reverse 3-stock comeback here. Tropped has just sort of dropped the ball with this one a little bit, I must say.
Absolutely, but unfortunately he's going to get caught by that TNT, and right now we've got an even game 3. This is the last stock for both players. Who's going to be moving on to top 8?
Yeah, is it going to be the top seed Owlbbs, or is Tropped going to keep that momentum going, get the upset, and make their way into a top 8, forcing Owl to make quite an early loser's run, all things considered?
Yeah, 81% right now onto Tropped, and he's just keeping his distance, throwing out a few hits. There's the TNT setup, but Owl able to avoid it quite nicely.
Yeah, it's been a really good job. I've liked the fact that we've seen Tropped go for a lot more grabs. I feel like Owl has been doing a lot of like shielding and then just waiting, but Tropped has been doing a really good job, and even just throwing them off stage to get that stage control. And
I don't know if you noticed, Joycey, but I'm absolutely loving what Tropped is doing. He set up a stone block on one side and was actually sending the minecart into it so that it would bounce back.
Yeah, also one thing to really keep in mind is that Tropped is incredibly low on resources right now. The fact that now he's like out of diamonds, there are not going to be many blocks that he can make, so this sort of wall is gone.
Yeah, and that is going to be it. It is going to be a victory to Owlbbs. who takes this third game and moves on to top 8 winner side.
And you could
was
see
close.
right at the end of that last game, I think Owl noticed that like Steve was like out of resources, like everything. You couldn't even, you could barely build a block. So the fact that he was able to sort of just, like, he knew, right, Steve's in the corner and cannot get out easily, so I'm just gonna throw out some hitboxes, smack him with the back air.
Yeah, and why not? And it clearly played off as well, you know. That one back air was all Al needed to take that game and take the set.